Morning, everyone. It's Grow with Joe here to give you more lessons on how to help you out personally and financially. And today we're going to talk about a financial topic. It's more time management and everything. But every day, what I try to do is um, ask myself, what is the most important thing I need to do today? I get a lot of stuff done, and I try to ask myself this question, like, what is the most important thing I need to do today? That's something I write in my journal every single day. And I do this because I realize that not every task is created equally. I could spend 1 hour doing one task, and it's going to give me poor results, or I could spend my time doing 1 hour of this one thing, and it can give me great results. And so you got to understand like what your goals are, where you want to go in life, and everything. For me, I always like to challenge myself and try to figure out what I need to do to help me take my game to the next level. And that's a big reason why I'm doing these videos and everything because I'm an introvert at at nature, and I don't like to conversate in big groups and everything. But I do what I need to do to help save my slice of the world. I'm trying to promote this Grow with Joe business, where it's financial planning with development coaching, get that out to more people because it's very important. I'm Latino and or Mexican, and I realized like, oh, there's a lot of Latinos that need help with their finances. So I'm gonna do these uncomfortable things like do videos, record courses, post on social media, just as a way to market myself. Because to me, in the startup phase, marketing is the most important thing I need to do. Uh, that most important thing that you could do is study for that exam. It could be working on this project. It could be having that difficult conversation with that person so you can resolve that conflict so things are not I don't know, feel uncertain or on the edge or walking on eggshells at work because someone is not didn't have a tough conversation, and realize that when you do important things, you're probably going to fail. You realize that hey, things are not going to go well and everything, but you learn from them. You do it, you fall, you learn, and you get back up, and you just keep doing the circle over and over again. And so when you look at your day, ask yourself, what is the most important thing I need to do today? And then what I like to do is assign a dollar task to it. It's like, hey, is this $100 activity I'm doing, or is this a dollar activity? Is this or it could be the same thing with problems that you're like, hey, is this problem that's coming to me right now a $5 problem, or is it a $1,000 problem? Uh, and the key thing is you want to focus most of your time on $1,000 problems than $5 problems, because you could work 5 hours, make it solve that $1,000 problem, get $1,000, and in 5 hours with that $5 problems, working on five different $5 problems, you made $25. It's there's a better return, but that $1,000 problem is $1,000 problem because it's more difficult. It's going to require more thinking and everything. So you got, and so what most people do is they see this $1,000. It's like, oh, this is so unattainable right now. I'm just going to focus on these $5 problems because I can get them done and they're easy to do, and I can mark it off my checklist. But that is not how you want to go through life. It's based off this one. It reminds me of this one quote where it's hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. You do the hard choices where it's uncomfortable. You're not. You might fail and everything, but you gain valuable experience, and you can use that experience to help you solve different problems down the road, or even harder problems down the road. I'm so glad I didn't start my own financial planning business 5.5 years ago, because I probably would have failed because I didn't know everything I needed to know. So it was best that I started at this other firm, gain the skills, gain the knowledge. I failed a lot at that company just because I'm like, oh, I should have said this in the meeting. Oh, I should have done that in the meeting. And you just be like, okay, I learned to get better. But like when I was in that old company, the most valuable thing was like, okay, how can I book appointments? and you just got to figure out, okay, what do I got to do? So that means making phone calls, sending emails, and everything, just so that you can do the most important thing. Because the most important thing is like, hey, if I can't see clients, then I can't see, then I'm not going to produce revenue, and then I can't do all these other things that I want to do with my business, like set my endowment fund up and hire more minority financial advisors to help more people with their finances. It's a big issue. A lot of people don't know the language of money and how to keep it, how to grow it, how to earn it. And I feel like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do to save my slice of the world. So you just have to ask yourself, what is the most important thing I need to do? And then do it. And I would recommend that your most important thing shouldn't last 8 hours. It should only be for like 2 to 4 hours, because there's this something called the law of diminishing returns, which means that the more you do something, the less and less effective it becomes. Like if you look at, let's say you're cutting down a tree, you probably in your first couple hours you're going to cut down the most trees because you have the most energy, your blade's the sharpest. But let's say you just do that for 7 hours without changing anything, out resting, without swapping the axe or whatever. You're probably not going to cut down as many trees in that seventh hour versus the first hour. So when you work on your most important thing for the day, just realize, like, just do it in chunks. You don't have to finish it all in one day. Just do 2 to 4 hours where you have the most energy. Figure out when you have the most energy as a person. Some people have the most energy. There's this exam or quiz. It's like, are you a lion, a bear, a wolf, or a dolphin? Um, I think lions wake up the earliest and have the most energy in the morning. Bears like have most energy at in the afternoon and everything. Uh, Wolves are nocturnal, so they have the most energy at nighttime, and dolphins are your insomniacs and everything. So figure out when you have the most energy. There's a really good just a quiz out there that just tells you like what kind of when you have the most energy and when's the best time to do these certain things. I'm a big believer in was it your circadian rhythm? I can't remember the right word right now, but that's basically how your where the sun is. It depends on how much energy you have as a person. So you want to do your most important things, your most challenging tasks when you have the most energy, because then you're going to be able to get more done. When you get more done, you're going to have more confidence. More confidence is going to build upon more confidence, and then you're going to get that most important thing done. So you just got to realize, like, hey, this is how I need to work on my most important thing. I have to realize, like, hey, anything that comes my way, is this something that's worth my time, or is this something that's going to waste my time? And that's why asking these questions a day, go into your day, like, hey, what is the most important thing I need to do? And then you think about it and realize, like, oh, okay, this is what I need to do for the day. And anything else that comes across my plate, I'm not going to do it because it's not the most important thing. And we don't have all the time in the world, so we have to be disciplined in how we make decisions on what we focus our time in. And we got to also know how to set boundaries so that we don't take on stuff that we're not supposed to take on. And it's real easy to take on little tasks here and there, and then what ends up happening is you die by 1,000 paper cuts because you're focusing here, over here, and over here. And there's this thing called mental residue, which states that it takes about like 26 minutes. I think that's the number, where it takes 26 minutes for you to stop thinking about a previous task that you're thinking. So if you're going from task to task, you're not being as effective as possible. So there's times where you're like, hey, in the morning, I'm just going to work on this most important task. For me, that for today, that's writing podcast episode, recording podcast episodes, and then working on my course. So I have three. Definitely going to do the writing first, and then the podcast, and then when I get to the course, I get to the course. Also have to do some homework too, because I have class tonight as well. That should only take me an hour, so I'll do that later. It's for my law and ethics business class. So I'm learning about the law and see what I need to do to help me grow this business into something bigger down the road. But hey, I'm just doing what I can and just I came across this really interesting quote where it says you can't speed things up faster. You can't go faster, but you also can't slow down. Which to me just like hey, just follow the process, just do what you're supposed to do, but don't slow down on doing your important things. And then eventually it will come to you and everything. Like I said this before, like my goal was to live in Medellin, Colombia, to learn Spanish. I came up with that goal in November 2018, and then it took me 11 months to make it happen, and I made it happen. I'm here. I've been here for since February. Crazy how things happen, but my goal when I was in Oregon working on building this up was like, hey, what is the most important thing I need to do to help me get to Colombia? And then I got to Colombia, and then now the most important thing is like, okay, what can I do to help me with this Grow with Joe business and everything? And this is what I use. This is how I accomplish a lot of things, and just focus on the process, focus on the most important thing. And when you focus on important things, your life is you're gonna have more control over your life, more flexibility, because you're so good that they can't ignore you now. People who do important things that few other people can do tend to stick around. It's when you take it easy. That's when you're expendable and everything. Sometimes, like I feel that that's a lot with our education system and how we value things. And also the marketing that we see across a lot of people, like what we see online and everything. Just don't worry about all that. Just focus on what is important to you. Realize what is important. Something I like to think about a lot is what are truths that I think are lies, and what are lies that I think are truths. So this helps me understand what is important that I need to focus on. Because if I'm focusing on a lie that is a truth, then that's really not important. But I might think this thing is a lie, but it's actually a truth, and I'm avoiding it. That's why I like to read and learn a lot so that I can understand what is the best path for me to take. And then once I know the best path for me to take, then I can understand what is the most important thing I can do for my day. And just focus on what that is and just make it for 2 to 4 hours. Just do that. And then if I mess up for the rest of the day, hey, at least I got my most important thing done. It's better to work on that $100 activity than that $5 activity all day. And then once you do that, then you can get the life that you want. It all comes with just doing important things and just dealing with conflicts. And always assume a problem is your problem. Once you assume every problem is your problem, then you want to focus on the most important things to help you out. Lots of different things that interconnect with each other, but this is how I think about my day and how I go throughout my day. Is I ask myself, what is the most important thing I need to do today? And then I do that for 2 to 4 hours. But in order to answer that question, I have to understand who I want to be as a person and what is it going to take to be that person. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you want a free copy of my audiobook, More You Know, More You Grow, just go to growwithjoe.me/book and you can download it right there. I'll be here tomorrow to talk about a financial planning topic. If you have a question or any things that you would like to know, just put it in the comment section on this video right here and we'll get to it. So hope you enjoyed. Yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed today's video. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe because Joe knows dough. Take care. And in the comment section, just let me know what is the most valuable thing that you took away from this video. All right, take care.